Hey friends, happy 2021. I am on my way to Aldi. I was looking at their sales paper for this week and they have like a lot of healthy options. Really helped me shred my quarantine 15, and I actually already prepared a grocery list of like everything that we're gonna buy, everything that I saw that looked like it would be a good option. And yeah, we're gonna go to Aldi. We're gonna get some healthy foods on a budget. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys with me to do that, and hopefully we'll do like some cooking videos. Back from the store, and I wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit of an overview of everything that we purchased today, and we can go through them and kind of talk about it. These next few items I want to talk about, I did pick up from Jewel. Again, I only went there because they were cheaper than Aldi for the weekly ad that I was shopping. So what I purchased from Jewel was just fruit. So here I have some blackberries and raspberry, and then I also picked up some blueberries and strawberries. All these were on sale for $1. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I like to do is reach for my phone and turn off the app Relax Melodies that I use to play sound waves when I'm sleeping at night. Then I'll reach for my water bottle that I drink throughout the night and kind of just quickly hydrate myself for the morning. I'll then walk over and take my supplements for the day. I've really been loving this wellness formula vitamins. I'll link it below if anyone's interested. And I'll take my other prescribed medication for the day. And from there, I'll just go into the kitchen, get the kettle turned on, and get ready to make myself some tea, as I've been trying to cut back on coffee in the morning. And I picked up this detox tea when we were at Aldi, as you guys will have saw, and I really like it. It does make you pee a lot, so just a heads up for that. So for breakfast this morning, I'm going to be having some of that fresh fruit that we purchased, but before that I do need to clean it. And how I like to clean my fruit is I get a big bowl of cold water, dump all of the fruit in there, and then add in some apple cider vinegar and some sea salt, and I'll pretty much just let it sit in this mixture for a little bit, and then I'll rinse it off, as you guys will see. So I like to line my Tupperware with some paper towels just to help absorb any extra moisture from the fruit, which is going to help your produce last a lot longer. So I put one at the bottom and I put one at the top. And I do the same thing with the strawberries, but here I'm going to be cutting up the strawberries into just bite-sized pieces and removing the stem so I can kind of just grab and go when I do want to snack on some during the week. So for breakfast, I'm going to be having this coconut milk yogurt by the brand So Delicious. I don't eat any dairy, so this is a great alternative. I'm then going to be going in with about 1/4 of a cup of this cranberry and cashew gluten-free granola. That's about 130 calories. I try to do as many gluten-free options as I possibly can because gluten can lead to inflammation and cause bloating. So if I can eliminate it, I do. So to my yogurt, I'm going to be topping it off with some of that fresh fruit that we washed and prepped earlier. I usually like to opt for berries because they are a low-calorie fruit, but they do have vitamin C, antioxidant, and fiber, which we all need. And I'm going to go ahead and just add in some chia seeds, which also are rich in fiber, protein, and omega-3s. So for lunch, I'm going to be having a tofu wrap. I picked up this baked tofu from Aldi, and I'm going to be marinated in this garlic teriyaki sauce, which I got from Whole Foods. The thing with tofu is it tastes like whatever you season it to taste like. So I really want to get that teriyaki flavor in there so that it doesn't taste bland. Now I'm going to be chopping up my sweet mini peppers that we picked up, as well as some mushroom and a little bit of onion. I'm going to be taking our tofu and slicing that into some bite-sized pieces for our wrap. To a medium heat pan, I'm going to be adding in some butter. I'm using butter only because it has a lot more flavor, but a healthier option would definitely be avocado, grapeseed, or olive oil. And I'm going to toss in my peppers and my onions and just saute those till they're about halfway softened, and then to that I'll throw my mushrooms in because I don't want to overcook those, and just allow those to get nice and soft. And then you can go ahead and add in your tofu. Now the tofu is pretty much already ready, but I just want to put it in there so I can season it with some seasoning, and also add in a little bit more of that teriyaki sauce so it can really have that teriyaki flavor. Now I'm going to be taking my flatbread and adding in some lettuce shreds to that. And on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and place my tofu and those veggies that we sauteed and begin to roll up that wrap. Now, you guys, my my rolling method is terrible, so totally disregard it. So after lunch, I usually like to take my dogs for a walk. At the time, this is my only means of exercise, but as long as you're moving, it counts. So as a snack, I like to keep it light, and at the moment, popcorn has just been my go-to because it's only 40 calories. Now, I did indulge in a little bit of dark chocolate covered almonds. They were 180 calories for half the bag, but I only had 3 pieces, so let's cut that in half and say they were about 90 calories. And they were so good. And even the little babies get a snack. My dogs love carrots, so they're on their healthy kick as well, like Mama. So for dinner tonight, I'm going to be having this swai fish, which tastes a lot like catfish if you've never had it before, and some Brussels sprouts with some fresh garlic and onion. And I'm also going to be seasoning our fish tonight with some of this blackening season. I've never tried it before, but I'm pretty sure it's really good. So I like to start by lighting my candles to kind of just get me in a mood to want to cook. And I've already rinsed my Brussels sprouts, and I'm just going to start cutting them into half pieces. Now you can quarter them if you want them a little bit smaller, but for me, you know, just half pieces are good enough. So I'm now going to be going ahead and just slicing my onion up into nice bite-sized pieces, and then I'm going to be mincing up my garlic. Now if your knife skills are as terrible as mine, if you have a food processor, please feel free to use that instead of whatever it is I'm doing here as far as mincing. So with your fire turned on low heat, you're going to want to go ahead and oil your pan up and begin to toss your Brussels sprouts in there, and just make sure that they are nice and evenly coated with some oil. So just, you know, go ahead and give it a nice little toss. And after they cook for a minute or two, you can go ahead and begin to add in your purple onion and allowing those to cook as well. Now we're going to go ahead and season our veggies. I'm going to be adding in some sea salt, some onion, some garlic, and then some 21 Salute season from Trader Joe's, which I absolutely love. It tastes like Mrs. Dash. And then lastly, just finishing off with some lemon pepper and some fresh cracked pepper. Always season to your own preference, but these are just my seasons that I like to use. So after mixing in your seasoning, you're going to want to go ahead and put a lid on there so that steam can soften up those Brussels sprouts. And once they're nice and soft, you're going to want to kick the fire on the stove up to a medium-high heat, add in a little bit more oil if you need to, and then toss in your garlic. You're going to want to save this to the end so that you do not burn up your garlic. So you just wanted to cook it until your garlic becomes nice and fragrant, and once it's at that point, you can turn it off and your veggies are ready. So now taking a baking sheet, I'm just going to be spraying it with some cooking spray, and I'm going to start laying my fish onto the baking sheet. I of course already washed it and patted it dry, and I'm going to just go ahead and begin seasoning it. I'm pretty much using the same exact seasons that I used on the veggies, with the exception of the blackening season. Definitely skip salt if you're going to add the blackening season, because I didn't realize that that already has seasoning salt in it. So yeah. So I do want it to have like a little sweet taste, so I'm going to take just a little bit of honey and add it into this melted butter. Again, you can use whatever oil you like. you want to put this on your fish so that you do not dry it out. So even if you choose to skip on the honey, just make sure that you add a little bit of oil on top of your fish so that it stays nice and juicy while it's in the oven and it does not dry out. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on some leftover onions I had chopped up, as well as some garlic. So this is going to go into the oven at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. If you feel like you want yours to cook a little bit longer, definitely add more time, just eyeball it. So for dinner, I'm going to be having a half a bottle of kombucha. And if you're not familiar with kombucha, it's basically a fermented tea that contains probiotics. That's it for my what I eat in a day video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.